It's on the agenda, it's on my page, it's on lots of different pages.
So welcome near and far. My name is Tracy Stokes. I'm an Executive Regional Vice President and an Independent Consultant with Arbonne. So happy to be here. First of all, I want to thank Jen and Matt for opening up SIP for us tonight. So thank you guys. We do our monthly region meeting here upstairs. This is just a special event, as you guys will see and hear in just a few minutes. So we are going to start off the meeting with my region's monthly recognition. So we're going to get through that because that's a very, very important part of this business. And our team is just on fire right now, and the momentum is huge. So I want to make sure that we recognize those people that have worked really hard in the month of February. Some are here, some are not here, some are in San Diego and New York and other places. So we want to make sure we recognize that. So first of all, actually, we asked, who's a guest in the house tonight? Can you raise your hand? You're a guest. Hey, you're a guest. Can you keep your hand up? Raise your hand. You're a guest. Will you please accept this rose? So now you're committed, Kim. I think we have one more in the back, too. Awesome. Well, if you are a guest, you're in for a treat tonight. And I'll kind of go into that in a little bit. But as you're here tonight, just keep an open heart and an open mind. I know for myself, I'll tell my story in a little bit, but 12 years ago when I was introduced to this business, my heart was really not open and receptive. So if you are a guest, I just ask that you open your heart and your mind. You might just hear something that you need to hear tonight. So with that, I just want to recognize we have some new consultants on our team. And again, most of them are out of town. We have Sheila Gomez, and she's sponsored by Britta Haynes, and she's in Fremont. So yay for Sheila, as well as, I might mispronounce this word, you can help me, Melissa Carlosa. She's in Fremont as well. And then we also have Ted Underhill. Men do this business amazingly, and he's in San Diego under my girlfriend Jamie. So congratulations to them. We have some districts and qualifications. So if you're new, all this verbiage might sound a little foreign to you, but our first level of management is district manager. And at that level, you give yourself a 50% pay raise, you're eligible for bonuses. And the people that are in qualification, that means they're in that area, they're in that level, getting ready to promote to district, that first level. So my girlfriend down in San Diego, Jamie Allison, is in qualification for district. So Jamie, I will see you in a week and a half. I'm going down there to be with her and launch her business with another consultant. So I'm super excited for her. She's in San Diego, like I said. So congratulations, Jamie. I'll bring you some roses when I come. And then we have some top district qualifications. So those people who are already in district and they have achieved top district qualifying numbers. And so if I call your name, can you please come up? We have Ms. Britta Haynes. And Teresa. And then myself. So thank you. So we recognize the top 3 in our district. You guys don't go far. You guys are also top sponsoring for the month, so come back up. Yeah. We'll kind of see a pattern, top sponsoring. Thank you. Yes. And then, oh wait, I'm just making sure. I really need glasses, but I'm trying not to. And then we have, I'm kind of going through this a little quicker than we would on a normal basis, but I want you guys to kind of get the gist of this. We have top personal qualifying volume. So that means these people did their personal business as well as bringing other people in and helping those people be successful. And our top personal QB was Tanya. So Tanya. Awesome. Gotta go further in. Over here so they can see you on the screen. You missed everything. Sorry. As well as Britta. welcome. And then myself. Thank you.
In front of your way. That's perfect spot.
It is in the middle here.
Yeah, that's your marker.
And then we have top personal sponsoring. So in our business, sponsoring equals growth. So what our job is to share this business as well as the products with people. And then when we help other people become successful, we ourselves become successful. So when we're sponsoring, we're talking about the business, which you guys will hear about tonight, which is my favorite part of this business, is talking about this business and how it can change your life. So top personal sponsoring, again, was Miss Tanya. So congratulations. And then we actually have somebody from out of town on Britta's team, because Sheila Gomez also sponsored. So yay, Sheila. And then again, myself. So with that, what I want to go into right now, there's other areas of growth in our business, and this business is about the team. So when you're doing this as a region, it's really, my name might be there, but it's really the team that is working together. So I took the opportunity to kind of mull over or gloss over some of the other areas, but what I want to really point out is this month, or last month of February, I put out a challenge to our team. And that challenge was to have top personal volume. And if you earn that challenge, then you get an hour of one-on-one time with our very own EMVP, Tiffany Buckton. You have top personal sponsoring as well as top volume. And so what they did is, one of them has already had her hour of that, and that was Britta. So Britta, come on up, because you earned that challenge. I want to recognize you for that too. So awesome. So she had her hour of time with Tiffany. She actually picked up Tiff from the airport, and then she had that drive time with Tiff. And when you dropped her off, she's like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. I can go now. I can go now. And she went to work, and she sat in my house and made calls and worked her business. And it's just a really important time to get with somebody who's been in our business for 12 years. You might be able to hear calls. You might be able to listen to learning birds. But to have somebody as special as Tiffany in the house, really, truly, is a pretty special thing. Somebody who's spoken at GTC a handful of times, who's been an ACE Award winner. Again, people who are new might not understand this verbiage, but for who Tiffany is, and to have her here and with us and have that one-on-one time, it's pretty incredible. So yeah, congratulations on that. Thank you. I want to recognize what Britta is up here. I also put out a challenge to do a probably triple or quadruple your volume in the month of February. Yeah. And I would gift them a free night stay at GTC. And you earned that too. Oh, I did. So I know you guys did a nice thing. Woo! So yay! I can't wait. I'm happy, you guys. And then the other, yeah, you're good, go. She needs to be in front of the camera. And then the other earner for top sponsoring was Tanya Rios. So she gets her hour tomorrow. She gets to take it back to the airport. So that, I just want to say to you, this woman is so special to me, and you're such a hard worker. I love this business because you really get recognized for your effort. And money isn't the only monetary. It's not the only measure of wealth. Wealth for me is the friendships that you gain and the people that you meet in this business and the lives that you touch. And I taught her son first grade 9 years ago, and she watched me for 5. And I dated her for many years, if you will. And I'm just so extremely proud and grateful that we have gone through this journey together. And we've had our bumps and our highs and our lows. And she said, I think my business started February 10th. And this business this year. Even though she's been in the business for over a year, she said, I think my business just started February 10th. You guys, it doesn't matter when, it's just that you do it. And you will never, you can never fail this business unless you quit. So I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait for you to have time with Tiff. So with that, I will introduce our amazing guest. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about myself first, very briefly. Like I said, I've been in this business, I don't think I said it, for 6 years. I was introduced to this business 12 years ago from my best friend. We were college roommates. We lived together. We took the same classes together. I joke that we told each other that if we didn't get married, we would marry each other. We really did. We're both Virgos. Our birthdays are exactly a week apart. So when she introduced me to this business 12 years ago, I thought because she was doing it that I would do it too. But at the time, as a stay-at-home mom, I had 2 little kids, 5 and 3, and I was really happy in my life. I was like, I don't really need anything else, but I'll support her. And I bought a ton of product. I kind of dabbled in it, but at the time, it just wasn't my journey. It wasn't for me 12 years ago. So fast forward 6 years ago. At the time, granted, I was living in LA. I couldn't even let my kids outside in the front yard without me being there. So it wasn't like where we live now. We're like, okay, go ride your bike to Susie's house and I'll see you in a little bit. I was afraid when I heard that screen door shut that somebody was coming to take my kids. So I was mom 24/7. And so when we moved up here to the country, and people were like, oh, we don't let, we let our kids come home when the lights go out, or when the street lights go out. We don't have street lights, so. But, right? When the sun goes down, So when we moved back up here, I found myself with a little bit more time freedom. I'm a teacher by trade. I've had my credential for 23 years. And 6 years ago, I did jump back into teaching. Just to kind of dabble in it, I was able to teach in my kids' school. But a year after I started, they cut my job by 60%. And I knew that at that point in my life, living off of a dual income, that we needed that. Staring down the face of children playing sports, wanting to send them to college years down the road. So at that time, I remember Tiff called and she said, Trace, our birthdays are in a week. Come up to Colorado with me and let's have a girls' weekend. So I did. And she picked me up in her white Mercedes, and I'm like, what's going on here? And granted, in that time, in that span, Tiff never talked to me about Arbonne. I just watched her very closely, if you will. But I watched, and I kind of, what's the right word? I was envious, if you will, of what I was seeing. So she picked me up. Her husband at the time was a stay-at-home dad. She had retired him. We went to her second home in Vail, and we spent the weekend there. And I thought to myself, if this is her life, and I'm looking at my life over here, teaching and being cut by 60%, I'm like, maybe if I could just have a sliver of what she had, my life would be better. I needed maybe $500, $1,000 extra income from what was cut. Teachers don't get paid a lot. Anybody in here a teacher? So we do it for the love, not for the money. And so that 60% was not a huge chunk, but when I thought, well, maybe if what she is doing could help make that $500 to $1,000 come true, then maybe I should give this a shot. And I went home and I prayed and I talked to my husband and I thought a lot about this, and a month later I jumped into Arbonne, and that was 6 years ago. And I never looked back. And I'm so grateful for her time and her patience and her love along the way. Like I said, Tiffany's been in this business for 12 years. She's the number 11 income earner in our entire company. She's doing something right, you guys, right? Hopefully you can tell all the awards, ACE Awards, $1 Million Club. She's been on all the MVP trips. She's been the Spirit of Arbonne Award. She's been granted that. You guys go to GTC, you'll see that this year, what that is. She has a heart of gold. I trust this woman with myself, with my children, with my life. And that's what Arbonne has given me, is that ability to, to share that with so many other people. And without this gift that we can actually hand over to other people and they can open it if they choose, my life has been forever changed because of this business and because of it. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you get to share. And she's going to tell us more about Arbonne and the business and rocket. So,
Well, yeah, thank you. How's everybody? Great. I love that you guys have events and wine bars. I think I'm doing something wrong in Colorado. I have to thank Tracy so much for organizing this. You guys, this does not happen, in a few hours. There's a lot of organization that goes into this. And so, can you guys all help me thank Tracy? Because congrats on all the amazing recognition, and can't wait to spend more time. And I'm glad I got to spend the time. It was super fun. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm from Colorado, and I flew in today, and I fly out tomorrow, and that's exactly how I love to do trips like this. So I have been in Arbonne for 12 years, as Tracy said, and I have a huge team in Colorado, like massive, and many people who promoted to the top level of the company, and that's where you all are going next. So we're growing this area. Northern California is just absolutely booming, and you guys are sitting on a gold mine here. I just want you to know what you have in your hands, because when I first heard about Arbonne, I didn't know what I had in my hands. I was 17 years old, and I had reacted to some terrible makeup that someone had put on my eyes. I used to model, and I had really sensitive skin, and my eyes reacted to the makeup. And that is how I was first turned on to Arbonne. So I was 17. I'm 47. Arbonne's been in my life for that long, but I fell in love with the products way back when, and I didn't really know what I had. I didn't know anything about the business. I didn't know anything about the industry. I didn't think I wanted to. To me, this sounded like something that, like crazy people did. Like, they have like a garage full of filters, or, a basement full of mattresses, or something bizarre. And so I thought this was something that was very unlike me. I thought people who did these things were unlike me. And so I was completely shut down to even hearing about it. But oh my word, I've been doing this 12 years, but can you imagine if I would have started when I was like, if I just turned 18? You can get an ID number when you're 18. So I did it, but it turned out okay. It is what it is. I love this business. But my path kind of went like modeling thing, and then the TV thing. I was a news anchor woman for about 10 years. And I got married and I had kids, and the second I held my firstborn in my arms, I thought, I'm not going back. Something's and oh gosh, what are we going to do now? Because now the income in our house is going to be cut in half. But I knew my purpose was to raise my kids. So in the back of my head, I always thought, I'll go back into television someday. But then Arbonne found me. The business found me. And it came in the way of products when I was 17. And I used the products all through my 20s. Protected my sensitive skin, and I love this stuff, but I never heard about the business in a way that was going to resonate with me. So I was 34, heard about the business, thought, okay, a 6-figure income from home, part-time hours, a white Mercedes-Benz, sign me up. My kids were 5 and 2 at the time, and I just needed to have some fun in my life. My 5-year-old had just finished 3 years and 2 months of intensive chemotherapy. So I got out of TV, I had my firstborn, and then he got really, really sick. And I don't know if you guys have ever gone through a struggle like that in your life, but leukemia was hard, it was long, and it was just survival. It really wasn't about me. I never got my hair cut. I had total long mommy hair, and I have long hair now because I choose it. But when you have long hair because you can't afford a haircut, it looks a little different. So we didn't have highlights, we just kind of had hair. And carried a diaper bag around for 6 years because I couldn't afford a handbag. Things were, I'm not going to tell you they were tight. I'm going to tell you there was nothing. There was nothing at the end of the month. My husband was laid off many times. My son was going through cancer treatment. And I had a little baby girl. So that was my life right before Arbonne. So when I heard about Arbonne as a business, can you imagine how excited I was about this? I thought, wait a second, I can do this from home, and I can earn a 6-figure residual income and earn a white Mercedes Benz. I mean, I just thought that sounded like fun. I really don't care much about cars, but if you have to give a car as a company car, a white Mercedes Benz is okay. So I thought this is all right, and it sounded like a heck of a good time. And I had already loved the products. I had used them for, arguably most of my life. So I thought, okay, well, let's just give this thing a shot. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be like really clean, and I'll have really pretty skin, and I'll feel better. But it worked, and it's worked for me, and it's worked for dozens of others who have made it to the top, and thousands and tens of thousands of others in my organization. And now we're on a global scale. So if you're sitting here tonight, yes, or if you're brand new in this business, and if you're thinking, I don't have a clue, that's where I was when I started my business 12 years ago. I did not go to college for a business degree. I've never sold a thing in my life. I'm terrible at numbers. I have 2 calculators in my home. They're both the size of Texas. I am blown away that we are streaming. We call it live stream. Live streaming, whatever we're streaming. I think it's fabulous. I just don't have a clue how to do. Teresa's amazing at this. And I think anybody who understands all this stuff and all the bells and whistles that go into running a huge business, and they know sales skills and all. I still don't know any of that stuff. And so what I want you to know is that you don't have to. You can kind of be a dummy. I'm kind of a dummy. I am not this real slick businesswoman. What I have, and what I had when I started, and I still have it today, I had a crazy work ethic. I'm that girl, if I want to beat you on the treadmill, just go ahead and hang it up now. I'm going to get on that treadmill, and I will die on the treadmill before I lose. I'm crazy driven. So I have a work ethic that is really unstoppable, and I know how to never, never, never quit something. I also had a huge dream in my heart that my life could be different. I was really, really tired of worrying about my son's health and my daughter at home, and my life was consumed with that. And God put me in that position. I believe it was so on purpose, and I'm so grateful that I was able to be at home with my kids, to detect his leukemia, and to raise my kids. But guess what? Arbonne came into my life, and I was still able to stay home and raise my kids. So I didn't know it could be this sweet. I didn't know that there was an opportunity out here where I could earn this kind of money from home with my babies. But this is the real deal, and it's true. So if you're sitting here wondering if this little thing is secretive and tricky, if it just works for some people, I was thinking the exact same thing, and I'll tell you, get that stinking thinking out of your head. It's not the truth. This is the most level playing field for anybody that I've ever seen. You don't even have to have a college degree. You don't have to have any certain experience in your background. You do not have to be good at sales. You do not have to know hundreds of people. You do not have to be so well connected. All you have to do is have a really great work ethic and have a desire in your heart for your life to be different. So if you're coming here tonight to maybe hear about something new and maybe think, I wonder about that Arbonne thing. I wonder if that could really work for me. I want you to know when you walk out of here tonight, the answer is yes. It works for anybody who can start and can stop. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about network marketing, and I'm going to start by asking you guys just a couple questions, okay? Here's the first one. If time and money were no issue, what would you love to be doing with your life? So this is where we start to dream. What would you love to do? And I mean, really dream it. Think about it. Would you love to travel? Would you love to spend more time at home? Would you love to spend less time at home? Would you love to get involved with some charity work? Maybe get involved with your church. Maybe just do something entirely different. Volunteer. So whatever it is, if time and money were not an issue, what would your life look like? And then number 2, I really do want you to think about, what are your dreams? We all have dreams when we were little. We all have, these are all girls and boys. I can say, when we were little girls, men too, when we were little, we all used to dream. Children dream, and we encourage that. And then we grow up. And we kind of say, I grew up, and then you forget about your dreams, and you forget about what you really wanted when you were little. So I want you to tap back into those dreams. What is it that really touches your heart? What motivates you? What do you think about? What makes you laugh and what makes you cry? What would you love to do? What do you dream about doing? Because you're going to be able to achieve those dreams with this business. If you jump in and if you don't quit, and if you follow our simple system, you guys, anything is possible with this business. And that's, I think, what I love most about it. So let me tell you just a little bit about Arbonne and some things that I heard. These made sense to me. Some of these points were really, really kind of big deals that hit home when I was considering the business. And the first one was the economy. So I was a news anchor woman before, right? And I knew that eventually, when I reached a certain age, they were going to be done with me. And I looked at the economy and I thought, I don't know when they're done with me in television if I'm going to be able to get another job. So that was what I looked at. So ask yourself now, with what you're currently doing, will you be able to, if you're laid off, get another job? And how many of you right now are in a position where you can earn a six-figure income? How many of you are in a position where they're going to give you a white Mercedes Benz, just this little thank you, just for doing a good job? How many of you are sent on amazing trips? Do you go on a vacation that's paid for by your company just for doing your job? With Arbonne, we do. So I looked at the economy and I looked at people getting laid off. And USA Today says 96% of adults aged 25 to 44 describe themselves as very interested in owning their own business. I knew it was a timing and trends type of a thing. I knew more people were looking for what Arbonne was. It appealed to me, and I did the quick math in my head, and I thought, this is pretty smart. And if it's pretty smart to me, and if products are good enough for me, I wonder if they'd be good enough for people I know. And who else did I know who was also looking to earn some more money? Maybe a little, maybe a lot. For me, when I started, my son was going to a private Montessori school. He was in preschool. And I thought if I could just earn an extra $500, $600 a month, that'd be great. His tuition was $550 a month. And when I started, that was really a big, big way that I thought I could be in contribution to our household. So I was staying at home with my kids, but I wanted to do something. And this sounded like a lot of fun. And I thought if I could just earn $550 a month, that'd be good enough for me. Oh my word, you guys. I was thinking small. So network marketing. We call it the people's franchise, and I love it. I had so many misconceptions about what this was, and the first one is, I mentioned it just briefly, but I thought it was secretive and tricky. I thought, how is it possible to earn full-time money with part-time hours? How is it that you can really do that? There's nothing secretive and tricky about Arbonne. It's just really smart. So the way it works is a huge team effort. It's through a network of people. And the largest organizations in the world are built on networks, right? We have the television network. We have huge companies that are built on networks of people. We're also built on the really, really smart principle of duplication. All the biggies, like McDonald's, duplication. Any franchise you walk in, right? You know, you've got the condiments, you've got, when you walk up to any McDonald's counter, can you order the exact same thing? Exact same thing, you know, McDonald's. That duplicates. So it's a simple system that duplicates, and that's what we do in Arbonne. So I thought, okay, that kind of makes sense. It's not secretive and tricky. It's just a method of distribution. You know when you shop at a department store or Walgreens or anywhere? That's a retail method of distribution. There are two ways you can move products. Networking method of distribution, which is what Arbonne is. Retail method of distribution. There is nothing secretive. There's nothing crazy about this. It's just a way to move product to the consumer. The difference with what we do in a retail method, there's all these little stops, right? The product is made, it's shipped, it's warehoused, it's shipped again, and then we get to the storefront, but it's not really in the storefront, it's like shelved, and then we get to the counter. There's all these different stops, and every one of these little people get a piece of the pie. They all make a little cut of the overall. That's a retail method. In a networking method of distribution, the product is made and it's shipped straight to your doorstep. If anything, there's a one-stop, and that's with the consultant. So it would ship to you, and you would deliver it somewhere else, from the house or whatever. The way I teach and train to grow this business, ship it straight to the person. And you save all of that. So there is no stocking product. There is no driving around. You're not going to be the ding-dong lady ringing doorbells and delivering product from the trunk of your car. I've never done it that way. I just say, look, you can get an ID number with the company and save just like I can. So I love that. I'm able to get a discount on these products. You can too. That makes sense to me. I love a sale. I love a sale. So you guys, I don't know how to sell them. Well, I understand that word. I understand sale. So with Arbonne, I love that everything's like on sale every day. It's a perpetual sale. And if you ever go to Nordstrom or what are your department stores, you guys? Macy's. Have you ever gone to the naked counter there and gotten it on sale? It never goes on sale. With Arbonne, we always have a sale. So to me, that made a lot of sense. And I knew that my friends were going to want what I wanted. This is top-notch premium. We are in the ultra-premium line of skincare. We are up there with a very select few other companies. We're the big boy of the big boys. And you get it at a discount. You get it on sale and it's shipped straight to your doorstep. Do you know anyone who might be interested in that? Like everybody. Do you know anyone who bathes? Do you know anyone who has hair and skin? So when we think of who we can talk to about our products, everybody got a pulse. We can tell you about Arbonne. You can do Arbonne. Do you know anyone who would like to make a little bit of extra money? Do you know anyone who would like to make a lot of extra money? Do you know anyone who would like to drive a Mercedes-Benz? Everybody's like, yeah, me. I know. That's what I thought when I started. So it's a way to create residual income. This is the other thing I so love about our company. You do the job once, and you share Arbonne with people, and you get paid on it for as long as the demand is there. So, anybody want more wrinkles on their face? No, we want less wrinkles. We want to look better. We want to feel younger. We have stuff that people want. They're going to use our products, fall in love with our products, and want more of them. That is a smart business. You're dealing with a consumable. And if you're going to go into business, make sure you're dealing with a consumable for the exact reasons I just said. People want more of it. So there's a reorder involved. And what that reorder process means to you, it's residual income. So this is why it's so smart. And this is why you can work part-time hours and earn full-time pay. And you guys, the pay gets so good. When I first started, my district manager check, that's the first level you promote to. How many district managers are in the room? Awesome. Congrats, guys. So district managers, you're getting a nice little paycheck, right? For me, when I first got my district manager check, I thought that was okay money. Even for part-time hours, I loved that. And I thought, all right. And so I thought, gosh, you know, I'm home with my kids. I'm working part-time. I got that check. I thought, are you kidding me? This is kind of fun. And then the next level you promote to is area manager. And then I got that area manager check, and that was pretty good. An average area manager brings in about $3,000 a month. And I thought, are you kidding me? And then the next level is regional vice president. R is the car. So a regional vice president, you get the white Mercedes-Benz, and an average regional vice president earns about $5,000 a month. My check was a little over $5,000 at that time. And I remember getting that paycheck, and I drove off the Mercedes dealership at the Mercedes lot, and I had my two kids in the back in their little car seats, and I drove home. Oh, and I did park my car outside. I wanted everyone to see my I had the big SUV, and I thought it was so fun. I just earned that car. I parked it out there, and I walked in the house, and I thought, are you kidding me? And then it just got better from there. The top level is what's called national vice president, and an average national vice president earns about $22,000 a month. I got anything over $15,000, like someone was making that up. $22,000. I reached that level in my business. I just thought I was like, you know, Lee Iacocca. Does it get any better? It does. I reached that level of national vice president 18 months into my business. I've been in Arbonne for 12 years, so it gets a lot better. The biggest month we've had in my organization, we did $6 million in a month as a success line. $6 million. Do you know what I sold the month we did that? I was helping so many other people reach their goals in my organization. Do you know what I did personally? I just ordered products for my house. I didn't have time to even focus on my own personal business. I was helping everybody else. But because we were working as a team, we collectively did $6 million in sales that month. Do you think this works? It is not about you. That month, it was not about me. Tiffany Buffton didn't do $6 million that month, but my team did. Do you see the power in this business? You do not have to know so many people, have one of the most lucrative pay plans in our industry. We have what's called a hybrid breakaway plan, and it's really, really smart. So you cannot ride someone to the top of Arbonne. You cannot sit back and do nothing and sponsor someone that just ride their laurels to the top. It doesn't work like that. You have to be working your business. But I tell you what, the smarter you sponsor people who come into your organization who also want to get to the top like you do, the faster you'll grow and the faster you'll get to that leadership role. And it is so fun. So ball's in your court. If you want to go fast, we can go fast. If you want to take your time and smell the daisies, you can smell those daisies. But I say this, who wants slow labor? Get the baby. Let's go ahead and get it on out. Earn away at first stages, get to the top of this company, earn the checks, and let's start like changing your own life and then changing the lives of others. So some of the benefits that come with the business, the big one that I love is time leveraging. You get to have so much freedom and so much free time on your hands when you don't have to worry about working 2 weeks and getting paid 2 weeks. Have you guys ever had that kind of freedom in your life where you didn't have to work in order to get paid? Most people didn't. You work and you get paid for your work. And Arbonne, you start off and you get paid pennies for what you do. It's not that much in the beginning. Someday, you're going to get paid for things that you don't do. And that's the power of this business. So it starts small and it goes big. This is not a get rich quick. But can you handle get rich slow? It's going to come. You just have to start and not quit. So I love the time leveraging aspect. Extra money. A lot of people just like the benefit of a little bit of extra money. That's all I was looking for at first when I started my business, and I think that's true for many people. How many of you would just love an extra $200 a month? $500 a month. Wouldn't that be great? For many households, that's the difference. That $200 difference a month makes the difference between families having to file bankruptcy and keeping their head above water. $200 a month. Do you know we can offer that to people? We can teach and train people how to do that. That's a gift. That's something that we have. When I was in TV, I couldn't teach and train somebody else to do what I do. It didn't work like that. With Arbonne, it does. How many of you are currently working in a job where you can teach and train someone to do what you do and make your exact same income like that? See, I can teach and train people, and I can teach and train you how to be earning. Tracy's third month in the business, where you make $1,000. Tracy's $1,100. Her third month in the business, she brought home an $1,100 paycheck. That's something. That's a big deal. So that's the power of this business. I was so happy that she was able to do that. My friend in another state could jump in, and I can say, do this, and she did that, and it worked. So it works whether people are in your backyard, whether they're in another state across the nation, or true story, whether they are across the pond. We are right now in the U.S., in Canada, in the entire, I was going to say United Nations, UK. I couldn't, you better forgive me. Streamline people. We're in Australia. We just opened up in Poland, and we're opening up in Taiwan market soon. So how big can you think? Do you guys know anyone in Taiwan? No, maybe not, but I bet you know someone who knows someone in Taiwan, or someone who's from Taiwan. Okay, do you know someone from Poland? I'm Ukrainian. I don't know anyone in Poland, but my family, part of my family, is from the Ukraine. Ukrainian people know Polish people. So everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. So think about your business in terms like that. Local business. Do you guys know anyone who lives over in London? I bet you know someone who knows someone who lives in London. So I want you to be thinking that way, okay? Who do I know who knows someone? That's the power of network marketing, and it's crazy. The other thing that I love are the tax deductions. What a benefit. It's tax time, and everybody worries about that and wonders if they get money back. You guys, things that you can deduct when you own your own business, your own Arbonne business, you can deduct just about everything. A portion of your home, your mileage, your cell phone, your travel, some of your clothes. You can deduct things. You'll be blown away. I am not an accountant. I told you I'm kind of crummy with numbers, so don't listen to me. But talk to your accountant. Ask them what you can deduct, because they will tell you how smart this is. One of the most foolish things most people can do, and billionaires will tell you this, is to go get a second job. Stop continually trading time for money. What you want to do is own your own home-based business and start getting paid what you're worth. I love the fact that you can be your own boss. I think it's pretty powerful. My father's an orthodontist, and he used to always say to me, "Tiff, whatever you do in life, just figure out a way to be your own boss." And I went through college, graduated with a degree in communications, and I thought, how am I going to be my own boss? I didn't know how that was going to come together for me. I didn't really want to go to medical school. And I didn't see myself being a doctor, and I thought, how in the world am I going to be my own boss? I didn't know about Arbonne. But this is a way where you can be your own boss, set your own hours, and live life on your terms. So I figured it out just a little bit later than my father would have liked. And the financial freedom. I love that as a benefit. You guys, when finances are no longer a concern in your world, and maybe you can't think that big right now, because I know I couldn't when I started, I didn't know what it would be like to be able to pay all my bills. I didn't know what it would be like to not have debt. I didn't know what it would be like to be able to go and buy a handbag that I wanted, get out of the diaper bag carrying phase of my life. I didn't know what it would be like to buy the extra pair of black shoes just because I wanted them, not because I already owned one pair of black shoes, because I just like that pair too. You know, to just have some fun with things. I didn't know what it would be like to have Christmas and just buy my kids gifts because I could buy my children what they wanted and have Christmas be really celebratory and really amazing and not have to be penny pinching every little thing or get through the holidays and have debt. So financial freedom is a really big peace of mind. It's not about the money, it's about the freedom. It's about the peace of mind that you have when you know that you can afford to eat, you can afford to travel, you can afford to just live your life and be comfortable. It's an amazing feeling. So why Arbonne? Skincare. Guys, it's a consumable. We talked about that, but it's a $30 billion annual industry. It's big, big, big business. Anti-aging is massive. It's a huge buzzword. Everybody wants what we have. We're a consumable product. We also have nutritionals. Everybody's into eating healthy. We are kosher. We are vegan. Our products are great. They are plant-based. We are pure, safe, and beneficial. And I love that beneficial part because people see results. People use our products and they see results and they want more of them. So that's why this business is so smart, because this is something that people want. It's a timing and trend. People want to look good. They want to feel good. They want anti-aging. They want health and nutrition. We are dealing with smart consumers who turn bottles over and read the labels. So when they read Arbonne, they're impressed. They want this. So I love that we can offer people something absolutely amazing that they're going to fall in love with. Baby boomers are aging. Baby boomers want to look great. What are baby boomers now? We're just we're aging too. Baby boomers maybe have aged. Yeah. Jen, Tracy and I were getting ready tonight, and so she shared with you we went to college together, and I hear her from the other bathroom, when we're getting ready, and she's like, "Oh, Tiff, I'm having a hot flash." I yelled back, "I had one earlier today too." So I'm totally dating herself, but it's a real deal. And as you get older, you want to look younger, and you want to feel really great. So we're not getting any younger, right? But we want to feel younger. Don't we all want to feel our best? So why not have products that are going to help us feel our best? Why not use that? All right, and I shared with you guys that we're dealing with a consumable product. It also happens to be recession-proof. So when everything goes to hell in a handbasket, everybody wants to look good and we want to feel good. And we've got products that people love. They are fully recession-proof. Women will go without eating to have their lipstick. They will skip a meal to make sure they buy their lipstick. We've got that. I see you guys laughing in the back. You know it's true. They're like, yeah. I love the trips, and I shared with you the Mercedes-Benz. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I suppose they could, put us in a Toyota Corona. But it's a white Mercedes. That was a joke. That was my brother's joke. I don't even think they make a Toyota Corona anymore. But Corolla. Oh, there was Corona. It's a beer. And it was Corona came before the Corolla. That's a little useless. So we're giving out one Mercedes-Benz. When people tell me, "Tiff, is this business hard?" I say, yeah, and it's worth it. And if it were easy, everyone would do it, and they'd be giving out white Schwinn bicycles. They're giving out white Mercedes-Benz. So let's step up to the plate, let's be businesswomen, and let's go change some lives. I love that this is a business where we can do it and we can go big, we can have all of our dreams come true, and we can teach and train others the exact same thing. There is nothing more significant in life when you change the lives of others. And I love looking at my best friend in this whole room. And she's somebody that I've known for years. And I love that you're changing your life and you're starting to see it. And you're starting to know yes. And you're changing others' lives. And that's this awesome trickle-down effect that happens in this business. It's contagious. People love this and they want more of it. There's no selling involved. I never sold a thing in my life. If I were to ever try to sell you something, I don't even know what that would look like. You'd probably laugh at me. You'd be like, just sit down. She's terrible. I don't know how to sell. I just know how to speak from the heart. I know how to fall in love with something and just tell you, honestly, my thoughts on it. So honestly, my thoughts on Arbonne, the products are going to totally change your skin. They are amazing. And honestly, my thoughts on this business, the business is going to totally transform your life. It's beyond amazing. So fall in love with the products and come for them if you want that, but stay for the personal growth and development. The big internal change is going to happen within inside you, and stay because it's going to totally transform your life and the lives of so many other people. This business is real, and this business is bigger than you, but you're never going to know about it if you don't just jump in and give it a shot. So you might have 3 hesitations. I had hesitations when I heard about it. The first one is fear. I'll tell you what fear stands for. It's false evidence appearing real. It's not true. Fear is all your ego. Fear is in your head and it means nothing. Fear is inaccurate information. So what are you afraid of? Success? Okay. But how about we not fear that? How about we just jump right in and go for it? Why not you? Why not you? You think someone else gets to be successful, but you're not worthy? Why not you? Ask yourself, I want to do this business, well, go after it. You can have this too. Another hesitation might be time. Time is the best kept secret of the rich. And if you want more time, you've got to start spending your time in a different way. How many of you watch TV? How many of you are, I know, okay, so turn off the TV. I used to too, but when I started Arbonne, I was told I could not watch any television until I was a national vice president. So I didn't watch any television. And you know what? It broke that habit, and I still don't watch TV today. I'm a lot happier without it. And then money might be another hesitation. You know, you can't sell from an empty cart. So we want you to start with some products that you can use personally. We want you to start with some products that you can show and use to kind of demo, let other people try. And if money is a concern for you, what's going to happen so that things can be different in your life? So if money is something you're worried about now, this is a business where you can make money, but you've got to start somewhere. So I know when I started, I ordered my products, I jumped in, and I wanted to do it the right way and the professional way, and I've never regretted it for a minute. So ask yourself the question, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And some of you, if you work in an office setting, you might look at the guy or the girl in the cubicle next to you, and you might say, do I want that to be me? Where are you going to be in 10 years? What's going to change in your life if nothing changes? I'm going to close by just reading you guys a little something. Oh my word, I am so 47. Hold on, let me get my glasses. When did that happen? I probably know this story by heart, but I might be able to read it too. All right, now nobody laugh. Because we all have the same one, right? Yeah, I know. You're supposed to wear maybe a little higher, but, you know, that's really hurt. I wear a low, but. Okay. Sometimes even an accomplished leader with a compelling vision has trouble getting everyone to buy into his dreams. That was true in the early 1950s when a friend of television pioneer Art Linkletter tried to convince him to buy some land. His buddy, a movie executive, who had been a close family friend for years, drove him out into the country to look for some property. After driving for more than 25 miles, they turned off the main road and they drove through fields and groves of trees. There wasn't a person for miles. They saw grazing horses and the occasional abandoned shed. Art's friend began explaining his next bold venture, an amusement park, unlike anything the world had ever seen. It would be its own little world, and it would contain areas with names like Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. Art's friend said it would be called Disneyland. Very good. Art Linkletter thought his friend Walt Disney was crazy. Who in the world is going to drive 25 miles to ride on a roller coaster, he thought to himself. Linkletter later wrote, I had such admiration for his business acumen and his show business savvy that I hardly knew how to tell him I thought he was making the biggest, most ruinous mistake of his entire life. After painting a verbal picture of his vision, Disney said to Linkletter, "Art, financially, I can handle only Disneyland itself. It will take everything I have as it is. But the land bordering on it, where we're standing right now, well, it's going to be jammed with hotels and motels and restaurants and convention halls to accommodate all the people who will come to spend their entire vacations here at my park in just a couple of years. I bought all that I can afford, and I want you to have an opportunity to get some of the surrounding acreage because it will increase in value several hundred times in the next 5 years." Walt Disney had no agenda with his friend other than to simply add value to him. He wanted to share an opportunity. But Linkletter, he couldn't see it. He made excuses and he said, "Well, I'll look into it later." "Later will be too late," responded Disney. "You'd better move on right now." Disney was right, of course, and Linkletter never forgot his walk back to the car because he later figured that it probably cost him about $1 million per step. Don't let that walk cost you one dime. You are here tonight for a reason. I do not believe in coincidence. I don't believe in accidents. There is a reason you're here. You now know that things can be different. And when you leave and when you go to bed tonight, I hope you lay there and I hope you think, what if half what that tall, crazy lady said is true? If just half of it is true, would that be okay? I'm telling you, it's all true. But what if it could be you? And what if you could be the one standing up here in a short period of time, telling a whole packed room full of people your story and how they too can jump in and do this business? Because that's what's going on in Arbonne. So you don't have to have all the bells and whistles. You just have to say yes. So I'm so glad you guys came. I'm glad I got to share with you. And thanks, Tracy, so much for coming. Thank you.
Yeah, Tiff flew all the way here for us, and I think that's one of the beautiful things in Arbonne too, is that you get to spend time with your best friends. And I remember that when she called me, she goes, "Trace, I want to vacation with you. I want to do more of life with you." At the time, you were in Pennsylvania, and I was in California, in LA. And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." So now we do, and we get to see each other next month, and on the trips and everything. So think of your best friend. Who are you thinking of right now? Think of those 5 people that are so important to you. And I encourage you to call them on your way home and share this opportunity with them, because you don't want another day, another hour, another minute to go by, because I'm so grateful that you did. And I want to share this with everybody. So thank you so much. You're so welcome. And thank you guys who are watching from near and far, and thank you guys for being here tonight. I know they close not too soon, so stay, enjoy, and have a wonderful evening, and thank you guys for coming.